All right, so yeah, we're Jojo. We're working on a gaming platform, and
In this case, I don't even want to know the meaning of it, so I got it. Your Joe is Joe, so it is Jojo.
we're gonna ask for a better name later because we think the name sucks. So
It's a placeholder.
yeah, think of names, please. So yeah, so Jojo is basically a platform for competitive games, completely deterministic that people can wage money on. So completely skill-based, I guess, gambling, kind of, depending on your definition.
Sounds like free money.
Kind of. So basically there's three parts. There's a website, there's the downloadable client where you basically find lobbies and whatnot, and then the game itself we're gonna. So the website's gonna be written in a closure-like form using Hoplon. Database is gonna be MySQL, and basically people should be able to manage accounts, add funds, maybe some social networking features in the future, maybe not. We're still deciding on that. Yeah, that's pretty much it. The client is going to be written in basically WPF. So basically players should be able to go on, find lobbies with a preset amount of rules for the game since there's money involved. You have to find a game that matches what you're willing to bet, stuff like that. Also be able to negotiate the terms of the game beforehand, and then launch the game from there. Yeah, that's it. And then, the actual plan is have other people eventually be able to make games for this, but we're going to develop the first game for it. And it's going to be basically a 2D platform/shooter. And basically how the games will usually work is that the amount of money you gamble will be set to some sort of resource you get in the game. So I guess for example here, the more money you bet, I guess for the shooter, for example, the more bullets you get or something like that, and it works off the ratio basically. So you're kind of buying security. And then that's going to be so the game's going to be made in Unity, and yeah. This is our timeline. Most of the website is pretty much done. Client's going to be started soon, and we've already dabbled a little bit into the game so far. That's more Eduardo's end of the game. Yeah, does anyone have a better name? Jojo sucks. It really sucks.
Doesn't suck that much.
Salty Bet's amazing. I'm addicted to that. Actually, that was part of inspiration for this.
Can we see the website?
We don't really have anything ready right now. It's kind of a mess. But yeah.
It's okay.
I mean, it's not on here.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. We don't have it right now, actually. So we'll have a demo next time. We'll actually schedule, I guess, if you want, the next 2 weeks, and we'll have a full demo.
Or you can blog post and then we can say it.
Oh yeah, we can do that too. We'll probably want to do another meeting too, because we actually want to show a demo of the game too. Yeah.
Yeah, which might not necessarily be applicable to have you look into online gambling rules and stuff like that.
So,
dealing with money.
go back to the first slide.
I'm a lawyer I'm
Yeah.
talking to.
So,
That's fine.
come back to us later about that, but basically, from what we understand, we still have to talk to a lawyer.
Yeah,
But
it's probably a good idea.
this apparently might get us out of that, the fact that it's deterministic and not game's a chance.
What I've been told by pseudo lawyers is that if there's no random number generation, we should be good. But I'll talk to an actual lawyer.
So how about how about betting on World Cup soccer? Is it deterministic or probabilistic?
For what?
World Cup soccer games. So you don't bet on that.
Well, you're not directly in control of that, so that'd be a little bit different. Here you are pretty much directly in control. Your actions determine whether you win or lose. Whereas World Cup soccer, that's up to other people, and that is more chance. It gets fuzzy. Yeah.
So you wouldn't be watching other people play
No.
deterministic games. It'd only be you.
You would be you versus the other person.
Well, the idea in the long term would be people can be able to watch other people play.
Do that also.
But you can't bet on them. That would probably cross the line of determinism, and we probably have to get gambling licenses.
Yeah.
wouldn't work out. We'd probably
What
get
I'm warning
sued.
too, if you're going to be working with people with actual money, you should probably invest a little time in making sure your client's secure.
Yeah, we know that.
Okay. Making sure.
I mean, yeah, we have a lot of work to do on that.
We don't really know anything about security, but
Yeah, I mean, it's good we're willing to admit that though. Yeah.
Also, I'm assuming like if this were something to take off, like at large, then your server, like you'd have to actually like pay for the upkeep. Have you considered taking like transaction fees and like doing anything like that, or is it just gonna kind of be free?
No, so how it works is that, I guess I can give them an example. So like for our game, I was thinking that for the 2D shooter, say like, me and you played, right? And so how it would work is that, say I bet $2 worth, and you bet $1 worth, and we agree each bullet that we have is worth a penny base rate, right? So since you bet $1, you get 100 bullets. But how it works for me, since I bet more, $2, I get the ratio. So each bullet from you is worth 0.5. So that way if I win, I still don't lose money. The most I could lose is what? Right? So basically how it works is that, say if I win, right, and I shot X amount of bullets, right, I get your money, but the money I shot goes to us.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
So that's how it works.
Yeah.
Yeah, I put a lot of time thinking about this, how it works. So hopefully it's not canon. Legally. Any other questions? Yeah.
Do you consider using cryptocurrencies, or would that be a good idea?
So we have a couple ideas. We actually might later just ditch the whole website MySQL thing, and literally just like you have the client, and like literally you just send bitcoins to an address, like completely anonymously, and then when you win, you get bitcoins back. But we're probably not going to do that, but that'd be plan B for us, I guess.
yes, we were discussing cryptocurrencies.
Yeah. Really? Okay. Word. All right. Keep that in mind. Any other questions?
Can you, what is shoot against? I'm quite against it as a peaceful person. So the question I am asking is, can two people compete on a knowledge-based game? Say one person says, I'm very good in geography. You throw me any question in geography, I will win.
Yeah.
The other person says that you don't know that.
The only problem with that is that the questions would have to be somewhat of a surprise, which might introduce randomness, which we're trying to avoid. But we want a vast amount of games. We don't want just shooters. We want a wide range of things, and we can definitely do that later. And like I said, the point is for later for people to basically submit games to us, and then we basically give them a portion of what the house makes on the transaction. So, yeah.
I don't really how you deal with balancing and stuff, because I feel
Yeah,
like most
we're-
gambling systems aren't deterministic and skill-based, because someone's just
yeah.
gonna be really good and wreck everyone else.
So yeah, I mean, but we kind of want that a little bit. Like we want better people to win, right? More. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, skill-based, you should be rewarded more if you're more skilled. Then again, like you could try to, recklessly counter that and bet more money. So the whole point is that if you bet more money, you get a little bit of an edge. So we're trying to like make our 2D shooter a little bit of a zoning type game. So the more bullets you have, the better you can zone and control your player. So that's what we're really going for. But yeah, we want better players to win more, and we also want an availability of someone to be able to maybe spend only a couple bucks a day, maybe even less, maybe doing like a penny per bullet, 50 bullets, right? And we also want people to like be able to bet more money and be more skilled and risk more, and be able to do more of that. Yeah.
2 questions. Question number 1. Do you think that there would be rooms for a game, an area of this is the people who really are good at the game and these are people who are more beginners? Try to separate that out.
Yeah, so the whole downside to like the Bitcoin idea we were talking about earlier would be that. And we want to avoid sandbagging, where basically someone would basically create new accounts, like look like a newer player, and like basically take advantage of people. So to avoid that, we're going to try to make it very hard to like do that. So like to be able to bet a certain amount of money, you have to play X amount of games and make it a pretty large amount. That way people get into it. they, they don't lose much and they have fun. And then once you get through, like, say, 100 games or something ridiculous, so people can't sandbag, you can start betting more. Make it harder for people to take advantage of people.
And another question is, would it be possible to play without betting anything, just to learn how to play these games?
So we're still debating on that. We probably will have that. I mean, we'll probably at least have some kind of like practice, like continuous mode, so you can practice certain mechanics in the game.
Yeah.
Since like, yeah, I mean, probably some sort of like practice mode we'll have, definitely. We don't want people to like get good by losing all their money. So yeah, that's something we want to avoid. So we'll definitely have something like that.
Also, if this was like a poker thing or something, you don't want people to be betting money on the first game of poker while they're still learning the rules. You want them to
Say that again?
If it was poker or something, you want them to actually have played the game and be introduced to the rules. Of the
Yeah.
game.
So yeah, that's like kind of too with like the whole like sandbagging thing, and like people taking advantage. You can't bet more than this amount, or you can't bet at all without playing through this amount of games. That'll also help that. Yeah.
Are you gonna go through every one of these games to like, make sure someone didn't make a game in their favor or something, so play it?
What do you mean by make the game in their favor?
I don't know. I'm just saying there's a lot of games. You're suggesting like hundreds of games on there. You're gonna go through all of
Well,
them.
I mean, we'll basically, if other games get like sent to us, we have to like approve them. You can't just send them up there. Like we'll have to like actually go through it and like say this is good, this is what we want, or this is bad. There'll be an approval process. Any other questions?
Thanks.
All right, thank you.